iPad in color. Your choice of colors. We're going to give you all of your accessories, and this has been so popular. Over 400 ordered just in the last 2 days. So I'm going to ask you to make a couple of choices, 3 choices to be exact. We're going to decide, do you want your iPad, probably the most important choice truly, because the rest is just going to be colors and fun. But do you want a 64 gig or do you want a 256 gig? Now, if you just said, what? Don't worry, Justin Sajoko, our guest, is with us, and he's going to help us decide. But if you do already know, that's going to be choice number 1. Then you're going to pick the color of your iPad, and we have them available in pink. It's really cool, right? Pink, yellow, silver, and this beautiful blue. Once you've picked your iPad color, time for choice number 3, and that's going to be what color you want your case to come in. So we have the case available in red, black, the blue stripe is very pretty, your white and your gray. And then along with that, you are also going to get your Bluetooth keyboard. I love having a Bluetooth keyboard on my iPad. I like just being able to type like I'm sitting at a computer. You get your Bluetooth keyboard. I just talked about that carry case, Bluetooth earbuds, a tablet stand. We'll give you a cleaning cloth, a voucher, an extension cable. All of these accessories and the iPad itself should be, in fact, with our QVC price, $799 for the 250 or 64 gig, or our QVC price for the 256 gig normally would be so much more, almost $1,000. So you are really saving big with us. I want to say hello to Justin Sajoko, who joins us. Now, normally he'd be here in the studio, but he's doing some reconnaissance work for us, seeing what's coming up this year. You're at the big electronics show in Vegas, right?
I am. I'm at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas right now, and I'm looking at all of the latest and greatest tech, Sandra, and I'm so excited that I get to present the latest and greatest tech from the Consumer Electronics Show right now. So we do have the most recent of the Apple iPad. It is the 10th generation. You've all been so excited and so patient with trying to wait for us to be able to get it. It came out just a few short weeks ago, and we have it in an exclusive bundle. But I've got to tell you, Sandra, while I have been at the electronics show, something kind of cool happened. For the first time ever as I was here, I turned the corner of the electronics show and I looked up onto the screen of a product that is displayed at QVC, and you and I were actually both on the screen here at CES.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, just right there. There we were presenting.
Oh, so look at that.
Even you have attended the Consumer Electronics Show here.
I don't know what to say, but I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, flattered, right?
I feel like I actually know what I'm talking about with electronics now. That's very funny. But Justin, I'm holding the iPad. I walked out I knew we were going to present an iPad today, but when I came out onto the set just to start preparing my show, I said, I just bought an iPad just this past year. I didn't know I could have gotten all these colors, but I don't know that I could have. This is really cool. This is
brand
new.
new.
Newest, right?
The most recent. They came out just a few weeks ago. Those colors that you see, that yellow, the pink, the blue, it's vibrant, it's bright. And not only is the back of the iPad, so is the resolution of the display on here.
Yeah.
This is a bigger iPad. So if you're wondering what's new in that 10th generation, we're talking about an iPad that's got better display to it, 10.9 inches versus 10.2. And if you have an older version, this is now significantly better because it went from like a 9.7 to what is a 10.9.
Wow, that's really, really awesome. Okay, so I'd like to start. I think a lot of people probably already know, how cool the iPad is, and if you don't, we're going to talk about it. But already people are trying to order this. I just want to make the ordering process as easy as possible. So let's just start with the choice number 1, and then we'll kind of go backwards into delving into the product itself. For someone sitting at home who says, I want this, should I get that 64 gig or should I get the 256 gig? Can we just start with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 64 gigabyte option is going to be for somebody who is streaming a lot of content. If you're somebody who's using YouTube, Pandora, Spotify to be able to stream content, you don't take up a lot of memory or space. So take a look, 64 gigabytes can hold 26,000 photos, 21 hours of full HD video. We're talking about 9,001 songs. So that's a lot of stuff that you would be able to hold on that iPad. But if you are somebody who needs a little bit more, if you're somebody who needs to have a little more oomph to it, you want to hold up to 110,000 photos, because maybe your phone has 60,000 photos alone, then you're a 256 GB user. If you're somebody who wants to download and keep a lot of stuff onto their tablet and just not have to worry, then absolutely upgrade to that 256. Because Sandra, that is 4 times the memory, but it's not 4 times the price. So that's a really important thing to remember. And what's also important to note is that you're going to have this tablet for such a long time. The Apple iPad has been around for 13 years. And so I want you to think about when you got yours. Was it 7 or 8 years ago? And are you due for an upgrade? Because if you are somebody that did buy it 7, 8, 9 years ago, well, now this is a major, major upgrade for you with all those new features. One of which is that brand new camera in this as well, which, as you can see, is a wide camera. So you see that wide angle lens. That camera for the first time is actually right there in the landscape mode instead.
Well, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, when we even talk about the camera for taking pictures, gosh, Justin, I mean, you and I remember, we used to do all these digital camera presentations, and we still do, and there is always a reason why you might want a camera versus using your pad or your phone to take pictures. But it is amazing how far these cameras have come. You can take better pictures now with the iPad than you could have taken years ago with your actual camera.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I mean, even walking around the Consumer Electronics Show here, what's everybody holding? Take photos of all the new tech that's coming out. It's a bunch of iPads that are getting held up into the air. And the reason is because of a 12 megapixel front-facing camera and an 8 megapixel camera that's on the back of them.
Gosh, I remember years ago having like a 6 megapixel camera. I mean, this goes back a while. And I just thought, like, I couldn't believe the zoom in. To think that was before the iPads were ever invented. But, I was away out of the country in the end of September, and I found myself several times taking pictures with my iPad. And why I really liked it is because not only did the pictures come out great, but as I was taking the pictures, I didn't need my reading glasses. I could really see on my big iPad screen. So even for taking pictures, it's amazing. Here are your choices again. We have it in that beautiful blue. Here's your silver, here's your yellow, here's your pink. So make the choice of your color with the iPad and then pick your accessory backup color, the red, the black. 256 gig, just more popular right now. Here it is in the blue stripe, your white, and your gray. And of course, you get all the services and software. Now, Justin knows this story. I had an iPad that I had for a long time. Once you buy an iPad, you have them for a very long time. You won't need to, buy a new tablet anytime within the next several years, because they have really great longevity. But I had an iPad for a very long time, and when I upgraded from, I think I had the 32 gig, I upgraded to the 256 because I'm someone, I want a lot of storage. I don't ever like to delete my pictures. I like to download movies when I'm on planes and stuff. I like to have those movies on my iPad. So I went with the 256 because you can't add more storage, and it just made sense for me. However, my dear friend Justin, you actually, I bet everyone thinks, oh, tech guy, he got the 256. You like the 64.
Yeah, look, I like to save a little bit of money. So I go with the 64 gigabyte because for me, I don't need what I'm not going to use. I don't like to pay for something I'm not going to use. The best gauge that you can do is grab your cell phone. Take a look at the storage that you use in your cell phone. It's the device that we use every single day. For me, the photos that I have, I've got 11,000 photos on my phone. So why do I need a device that will hold 110,000 photos? I don't. But if you're somebody like our friend Rosalie Brown, she has 70,000 photos on her phone. She sells all the fitness here at QVC, or a lot of it, and she always tells me about all the photos that she has on her phone, and she needs the 256 gigabyte. So that really comes down to what you use. Now, a lot of people are going to be streaming music. They're going to be listening to Spotify or Pandora. That doesn't take up any memory unless you physically hit the download button and it stores on the iPad.
Great point. And if you're on your Wi-Fi and you're streaming, maybe you're watching QVC, HSN, whatever, the QVC Plus, that actually doesn't require any space either. Or if you're streaming Netflix or Hulu, that doesn't take up any storage. It's when you start saying, I'm not only going to stream this movie, I'm going to download it and watch it later when I don't have any connectivity. It's all of that kind of downloading. If you're downloading a lot of apps and that kind of thing. So I like the 256. Justin likes the 64 gig. There's no right or wrong. Just pick the one that works best for you. And Justin, here's the capacity that we were talking about. And then we can dig into what makes this new iPad so cool.
Yeah, you see here on the chart, 26,000 photos versus 110,000, 21 hours of video versus 84 hours of video, 9,100 songs versus 44,100. That's a really big difference between the space there. And one of the other things that I want you to keep in mind, is you probably heard some little sound in the background here, as I'm streaming on QVC Plus and HSN Plus, is that you've got speakers here that are not just on the front, but also on the back. So right here, there are speakers, and right here, there are speakers. So both sides of the iPad have that. That's because we want sound to come from every direction here. We want you to be able to watch content and enjoy that sound from the left and the right with that stereo speaker. I want you to notice, too, that I have this in the keyboard that you're going to get included. This keyboard is the exact same size as the one that you're going to find in the Apple MacBook Air. So that full typing experience you're going to have here. That's really, really nice, because if you were to use the keyboard otherwise, you see how I have that full screen that's available for me. But if I turn on that digital keyboard, look what happens. It takes up half of the space. So half of the space on the iPad is now done. When I put that away and turn this keyboard on, I can now go ahead and access that just like I would any other computer.
I love that for emails. I have to tell you, I have an iPad and I got the Bluetooth keyboard as well. And it was something that when I upgraded, I was like, I definitely want that Bluetooth keyboard, because I guess maybe I'm old school, but I don't like to type out an email like I send a text, you know, I like to just sit and type. I took high school typing classes when that used to be a thing. I can, so for me, if I'm going to type an email and use my iPad, you better believe I actually want a keyboard. I love the fact that we're doing a full size keyboard, which is really, really cool. In fact, actually, let me show you something. I'm going to just grab our MacBook Air and I'll show you the Bluetooth keyboard that comes with this. Look at that, just about the same size. So that makes it much more comfortable. Justin, this is really one of the big why you come to QVC for iPads, because clearly we're not the only retailer where you get an iPad. We've all seen those beautiful all-white Apple stores. They're great, but if you go in there, you're going to get the iPad, you're going to get the charger, and you're going to get the white box. This will still come in the white box, by the way. But you're getting everything else that you would want, like your case, like your Bluetooth keyboard, all these vouchers for software and services, the stand. You know, you want the stand when you're using your iPad in the kitchen and you're looking up recipes. So we're giving you all the backups, items that you would want anyway. And here's another thing. This is the only place on the planet where you get an iPad on Easy Pay. So with that the 64 gigabyte, you get that on 5 easy payments of just $137. And if you want to bump up to 256 gigs, so quadruple the storage, well, then you're getting that home for 5 easy payments of $168. So, you know, Justin, there are so many reasons why the Apple iPad is such a delight and considered best in class when it comes to using tablets.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the quality of this goes, it's unlike any other tablet that's out there. The applications that you get with this, you were talking about sending text messages. How about being able to send your iMessages here on your iPad? Have a split screen. You can have a book open on one side and have text messages on the other side. Photos, videos, you name it. You could send them all back and forth here on this device. And I just love the versatility of this, the fact that this can be used for so many different things. What I really enjoy about this, though, is the simplicity. And you see that even in the home screen on the new iOS 16 operating system. What you're going to see is you've got quick access to these little widgets. If you want your photos to play and have a little memory movie, you can do that right here at just the touch of a button. If you want to be able to have access to your calendar and see what things are going to look like for the day, by the week, the month, you name it, you could do that as well, all right here. The thing about the Apple iPad, the Apple MacBook, it's all about making your life a little bit more productive, about making your life a little bit more simple and easy. And the fact that everything on here is totally in sync with your other Apple devices is really just kind of proof of that. I love that you can go into the documents and you can type out a resume. but then you're going to be able to continue on with that resume using it in your iPhone if you want to type on your iPhone, or using it on your MacBook or your iMac. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, everything talks to one another. Everything works seamlessly together. And that is the beauty of Apple. And it's the reason why so many people pick this up and pick up their next one. But their next
Yeah.
one isn't getting